Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be the other semifinal in tonight's ALT-Stracraft's Open Arena Tournament. dtGMiso is difficult. It is quite a mouthful, who we will just be calling Miso, taking on Tmduhen, who we'll just call Duhen. But yeah, great players here. It is going to be a TVZ. They will be taking on a Protoss player in the final, who's already made his way there. And it looks as though it is going to be Duhen spawning as our yellow Zerg up here in the top left-hand corner. Down here in the bottom left, it is Miso spawning as our red Terran. Got to love a good old-fashioned TVZ. The human race fighting against the Zerg alien swarm. I love it. This is your atypical matchup here, but you know what? The Protoss is tons of fun as well, so I play Protoss. Everybody loves Protoss. Looks like Miso going to be kicking it here. And a scout going down from Duhen. Looks like he is gearing up for, I assume, a pool here. 14 supply. Nope, he's going 15, so probably going to go hatch first. Hatch first, indeed, I think is going to be on the way. Looks like his scout headed to the correct direction. This guy going to gather a little bit of intel here very, very early. No scout from Miso quite yet. No wall off either. He's just putting down his supply depot here in the back. Interesting play. And Duhen looks like he got his intel. Is going to go ahead and back out. Does not see a Rax. May be thinking that there is going to be a proxy Rax. Indeed there is not. It is going to be a command center from Miso. 15 command center. Oh, wow. Oh, good stuff. Fast expanding here from both players. I love it. And we do have the spawning pool going down here for Duhen as well. And the barracks going down for Miso. Ooh, he's tossing down his second barracks right away. So it could be a little bit of 2 racks pressure right shortly behind. Duhen going to be cruising in here. He is going to see both racks going down. Should, however, be questioning why they are so late here at 3.5 minutes in. Really think that the command center here should be scouted. I think Duhen ought to be a little bit more scouty with this guy and check around just a bit more, but indeed he is not. Miso going to be keeping it close to the cuff here. It looks like he's almost asking for the Zerglings to come into his base, which is kind of an interesting play. But Duhen here mining some gas. Looks like he is going to grab his Zergling speed in just a little while. He does have his expansion up and running in pretty decent time. Going to toss a queen down at this position. Back here at Miso's base, he does have a late orbital just based on his barracks timing there. But he got it down nonetheless and is going to toss down a third Rax here. And pumping out some Marines. Looks like he's going to be in great shape. Probably going to see a bunker from him, though, fairly soon. Either at the choke or next to the mineral line, one or the other, or maybe even out here at this choke. Duhen, in the meantime, just droning up. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job. 21 drones to 19 SCVs. Appears to be in okay shape there. Metabolic speed boost is on the way. It's almost 60% complete there. And the expansion here for Miso has become an orbital command, and currently is just using his mules here in his main, but we are going to see him fly this out here eventually. Does have a bunch of Marines kicking it here now. These guys going to be fairly decent defense. We'll see where Duhen's going to go from here, though. He hasn't got really the scouting down that I think that he needs. Doesn't know that his opponent is going to be kicking it on this 2 base play. Well, almost 2. It's like 1.5 base play. What can I call it? Oh, we got people. Are we cursing out on the stream? Guys, settle down. Settle down out on the stream. No cursing. If I see anybody cursing, I'll just time you guys out, and after the timeout, if you come back cursing again, then I'll just have to ban you. But looks like we do have some Lings cruising in here. We do have a bunker going down. Looks like, ooh, it's late. Yikes, Duhen cruising in with a bunch of Lings. Looks like he may be able to do some serious damage here. All of the Marines going down there very, very quickly. He may have gotten just a little bit too aggressive with this play. These guys not going to allow the bunker to complete while the Zerglings are trying to keep this mineral line under their thumb. I wonder if even Zerglings have thumbs. Let's check. No, I'm just kidding. They don't have thumbs, but whatever. I mean, he's trying to keep it under control. He's really trying to control what's going on here. Now, we do have your Marines trying to get into the mix. He's having to pull SCVs to keep these guys at bay. Then now the Zergling's going to cruise in here. Looks like there's some Marines here for them to try and kill. They will pick up a couple kills, but probably going to get cleaned out here. All in all, though, a nice little attack here from Duhen. More Zerglings, however, cruising in, and Miso having to pull SCVs once more. Nice play here from Duhen. So far, units lost, however, going to show that it is extremely even. 6 resources difference there. Wow, it's very, very even. Very, very even indeed. Looks like we're trying to see this bunker go down. In the meantime, Duhen going to be gearing up for some banelings. That is going to make this next little push here for Duhen extremely effective, especially since this bunker doesn't appear to be completing quite in time. I assume that we're going to see Duhen go, 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 go right now. He's waiting for a couple reinforcements. That is giving this bunker just a little bit of time to potentially complete. But here come your banelings. Oh, and banelings going off. Miso wasn't able to kite in time. That is very, very big loss for him. He's lost so many SCVs at this point and a whole bunch of Marines. That is going to put this mineral line back here in extreme duress. And GG from Miso. Wow, nice play there from Duhen. I do think that it came down to Miso a little bit greedy there in game number 1. Now, lucky for him, it is best of 3. Game number 2 will be headed your way momentarily, so don't alt-tab, always alt-Starcraft. We'll catch you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 in this semifinal matchup coming at you right now. It is a best of 3. Currently, Miso down 1 game. Duhen taking that game down with a phenomenal Zergling rush followed up by banelings. Nicely done. Wasn't really a rush necessarily. There we go. But Miso, however, is going to be spawning as our red Terran out here at the 8 o'clock position. Down here at the 6 o'clock, it is Duhen spawning as our yellow Zerg. Looks to be in good style this time. We do have our Overlord cruising out across the field as well. Going to scout Miso's base here fairly quickly. Looks like Miso is going to be walling off this time. I think it probably a wise move, especially considering the ability of Duhen to send a lot of links your way. You want to not be able to have those guys running around with their little talons flailing around in the air. It is not good for your Marines' health, nor your SCVs, potentially. Oh, Deernak. Okay, let's see. Deernak, what parts make up your amazing computer with amazing graphics? Oh, yeah, cool. Well, we'll talk about that here in just a little bit, actually. How about between games, I can run over the specs on my computer. That'll be fun. Sorry, I've been trying to watch the chat tonight a little bit better than normal, but for some reason I haven't been doing a great job. Maybe it's because it's Christmas Eve. Who's excited for Christmas Eve? Press 1. Let's see a whole bunch of people press 1 for Christmas Eve. I'm excited. You guys will be wondering, because of the lag, it's like, wow, what is he pressing 1 for? But you guys will hear here momentarily what I am pressing the 1 for. Back here into the game, though, it is Duhen with a fast expand. Looks like he's going to be gearing up for his spawning pool here momentarily. Should be going down in just a moment. Looks like Miso going to go for some 2 racks pressure here. Does have his first racks here for the wall off, and his second racks back here at the back. Could potentially toss this sucker down to the low ground and go for some Zergling rushing. Or I mean some Marine rushing. That'll be nice. Looks like Miso going to cruise over here with an SCV. Wants to see what's going on. There's your spawning pool for Duhen. It's in pretty solid shape right now. Extractor going down here. Looks like Miso going to be picking away at it with this Marine. Now this could be really good scouting here for Duhen. If Miso pulls this Marine, that will let him know that an attack is coming. But here comes your second Marine, so I'm assuming at this point that Duhen going to go ahead and take this sucker out and then go for either a slightly later push or no push at all and transition into potentially 2-base play or some tanks or both. See how he's going to proceed from here, though. Looks like your Marine's still picking away at this extractor. DtGMiso does have some saturation going down at his natural. Appears to be in okay shape, but look at this. Miso pulling all of his SCVs. He has got a good slew of Marines going to be cruising out across this field. No gas for this guy. He is going to leave a couple SCVs, and I mean a couple, 2, as well as a mule who is just dying right there. There goes his next mule. But he is pushing this. We do have a scouting overlord who's going to catch wind of some of it, but here comes the rest of it right here. Definitely knows what's coming his way right here, right now. Is he going to have the defenses necessary to hold on to this very substantial all-in? That's a lot of Marines. Let's see DtGMiso, where is he going with these guys? Going to take out the reinforcements here. Miso going to be cruising up to the high ground. He wants to take out the units here. That's what's the best idea at this point. Take out the units. He wants to kill all of these drones, all of the queens. And that will really, really enable him here, I think, to do a pretty good job. Now, there's a bunch of Lings out on the field here for DtGMiso. He could go for a counter-attack at this point, but looks like Miso is going to be gearing up for some defenses at this place. DtGMiso going to be back and forth here between bases for just a little while, but he's holding on here pretty good, actually. Actually doing an okay job. See if he's going to toss down some spine crawlers or something like that, but I'm guessing he's just going to have to stick with Zerglings, and he's about to lose a spawning pool. That could force a GG here. Nice little play here from Miso. It is very, very much all in. However, it appears to have potentially worked, and we do have a bunch of Lings trying to cruise up here. Looks like it's not quite going to happen, and because of that, he's going to back out and try and clean these guys up. Down to the low ground we go. DtGMiso's base here is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to go ahead and transfer his drones. Drones going back up to the high ground. He still has this hatchery running pretty good. Looks like this hatchery probably going to get sniped. DtGMiso, however, playing it close to the cuff. He knows that he's the only one doing mining here at this point. That's not entirely true. I mean, Miso's got back to some mining. Looks like he's going to try and take them out, though. Oh, my goodness. A lot of drones are going to die. Look at these drones just falling. I'd rather see him doing some mining with these guys. He's going to hold on to 6 drones, potentially. Nope, 5. And holding on to 5 drones. We'll see if he's going to be able to come back from this. He does have this hatchery. Got a bunch of larvae here, but he is going to have to start spending it right away. Right away, indeed. Got some drones going to be on the way here. Looks like Miso is back up and running in a very big way here at his base. Should be able to transition here pretty well. Units lost shows DtGMiso extremely behind. Nearly 1,000 minerals, or resources rather, behind. But Miso doing pretty good. He's got a significant stockpile of Marines here at this point, and he's got that mule advantage. I'll tell you what. He pulled almost all of his SCVs there, went almost completely all in, and somehow comes out ahead after losing his entire army. It's awesome. It's great stuff. DtGMiso going to be rebuilding his spawning pool. Absolutely a must at this point. He is just going to stay on the one base here, I assume, for a little while. But a second base could be in order. Looks like we're going to re-all in. Miso pulling SCVs. Wow. Leaving 2 every single time, and he's got those mules mining. Zergling's trying to take out some reinforcements, trying to stall here. This is a smart play from DtGMiso. If he can keep this guy from pushing out too very quickly, he could potentially hold on here, but he's going to be in severe trouble if these guys make it over there too very quickly. Here they come. Is there going to be enough defenses? DtGMiso doesn't have tons in production. He really needs a queen at this point. Not going to have the spawn larva. And that is going to be absolutely brutal. Here comes your all-in again. Miso should be able to take it down this time, I believe. All he's got to do is snipe this hatchery, and that is going to be GG. DtGMiso holding on here, going to give it one last-ditch effort. Got your Lings cruising in here. Is he going to be able to hold with any semblance of... No, he is not. There's the GG. All of them get obliterated there. Great play there from Miso. We'll see you guys in game number 3 momentarily, so don't alt-tab, always alt-Starcraft. Catch you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack. We do have live tournament action. It is game 3 of this best of 3. Going to be DtGMiso and Miso battling it out. These guys are a pretty dang good matchup here, but Miso going for an all-in 2x in last game. It took him the second time to make it stick, but DtGMiso held it off pretty well the first time. Just happened to lose, I think, too many of his drones. I think he would have fared better to try and get out more Zerglings and then kill that army off and just keep doing the mining, because quite frankly he had an economic advantage at that point. But real quick, the guy out on the live stream that's asking for the song that was before Scatman, it was not a song, it was an advertisement, but it's a guy named Pitbull. So look up Pitbull. Yeah, it's a guy named Pitbull. So look him up. I don't know what the song is. It was just an advertisement. Okay, so Miso going, he's going to be spawning up here as our red Terran at the 12 o'clock position. They are going to be in cross positions here on Terminus. This is Duhen's map choice. Actually, quite a nice one. This is a great Zerg map here. I think it makes it very, very easy to take your natural as well as your third, even though you do have the destructible debris. A lot of the times, however, you do see your Zerg players taking this position first these days, especially at high levels of play. And yeah. But I mean, he'll take this position, and then he can. That'll give him enough time to get out enough units to take this down. But he can get himself on 3 bases very, very quickly, and basically put his army here, so it guards the choke down to the main and the natural, as well as it's close enough position to guard this expansion as well. So it's actually relatively easy to get on 4 base as Zerg if you look at it that way. That's the way a lot of people are looking at it these days. Now, in the meantime, up here at Miso's base, we do have double racks. Looks like another 2 racks opener from this gentleman. He's going to be working on his orbital command as well, and we'll see if he's going to go for another 2 racks all in. It's a good possibility. I think that he may feel like Duhen kind of is a cheese player maybe, or just knows how to overrun you come the 6, 7, 8 minute mark with Zerglings from that game number 1. I mean, but both these guys kind of going for really big early pushes. Looks like Duhen does make his way to the extractor. There's, however, going to be a Marine picking away at this poor guy, trying to make an extractor. He's like, just want to mine gas. Just want to mine gas. We do have our expansion gone down for Duhen. It is complete, and his spawning pool going to be shortly behind there. So he did go hatch first, nicely done. And he's got his gas up and running. Should go for 100 and install gas production, I assume. We'll check back in on that here in just a little bit. Get out of that zerging speed is always a great idea. Now, the nice thing here for Miso is this is actually really easy for a Terran to defend as well. This choke is not that wide. You can put tanks up here on the high ground and to help defend here. You can put some tanks down here on the low ground as long as you have vision. And so you can keep your tanks very, very safe to defend this very, very long choke. And then have all your Marines kind of lined up here. It's really easy to defend this as a Terran. 3-base play can be super easy to get on and hold as Terran. It's like a big turtle frenzy on this map potentially. Good stuff. We'll see how Miso is going to play it, however. He is going to be tossing down a factory, so going to see some, I would assume, tanks at this point since he did grab the double barracks. But there's a good possibility we see some Hellions as well. So we'll see what he's going to choose here in just a little bit. And in the meantime, Duhen going to be cruising out across the map with some lings. Looks like mostly for map control. But Miso going to be cruising out across the map with some Marines. 8 of them, in fact. It looks like Duhen does scout this. Doesn't want to engage here, I'll tell you that. This is not a good engaged spot. With this few lings against this many Marines, he's going to have to back out here for just a moment. It looks like Miso is going to be pushing the attack. However, there is going to be a spine crawler here at the ready. Creep tumor on the way. Let's see if that one's going to... No, looks like Miso going to back out. I don't blame him. Forcing his opponent to probably pick up just a couple extra units there is what he's thinking. So a little bit of feint play. Works, it works, it works. And looks like the factory, a second factory here. We do have a tech lab complete, and it is going to be tanks. However, Miso is currently supply blocked. It's about to be fixed, but supply blockage is no fun. Marines getting annihilated here. Looks like these Zerglings getting a pretty decent little surround there. Not too bad. They're going to pick them to bits. Now cruising up here to the high ground. Looks like it's time to back out. I think even one Marine here should be able to defend. Look at that. He took out half of those guys on his own. How many kills did he get? Just 3. Oh, just 3. What a baller, this guy. And this guy's like, man, I want to hang out with you. Can we hang out? Can we be friends? This guy, me too, me too, me too. He's got stalkers. This guy is so cool with 3 kills. He's like got stalkers hanging out with him. Dude, we want to hang with you. What's up, man? Alright, I'm just kidding. I'll stop. We are going to be working on Duhen's base now. He does have just the 1 spawn crawler for now. He's going to be grabbing an Evo chamber. Upgrade's probably going to be in order. We've seen Tmduhen in the past. He's quite a wild card. I'll tell you, we've seen him a couple times, and he can come up with some very interesting builds. A good possibility for him on this map is Mass Ling, Mass Baneling, into Mass Broodlord, and Ultralisk. Could very well be a possibility. I'm dead serious. But we'll see how he's going to go. Notice he is grabbing that melee attack. This makes me think that he may be going for that build. If he doesn't make it happen with Banelings and Zerglings, then he will start to transition into his Ultralisks and Broodlords potentially. Now, obviously, there's some other factors. He's also a good reactionary player, so good scouting from him will be super effective, and we'll see what kind of information he does gather. So far, not too much, but he is going to be cruising in with an Overlord right now. And he is going to see a very, very well-saturated main. No expansion quite yet here for Miso, so he is going to be going for what appears to be a 1 base all-in. Did, however, scout the tech lab and the factory, so that is going to let Tmduhen know exactly what to do here. So we're probably going to see him go a lot more Lings, is my guess at this point, and probably toss up that... Oh, he's already got his Baneling Nest. What am I saying? There's his Baneling Nest right there. Indeed, indeed. I think he'll probably be okay, but he's going to have to beef up that supply count. He's at 67 supply, now 70. But if you check that units tab, he is way ahead in the harvester count, which means the army here for Miso is pretty stinking large. So, yeah. Tmduhen going to be kicking it back here. He is going to be scouting this movement. Does have a Zergling here to see the movement cruising out across the field. We've got Blue Flame Hellions, we've got tanks, we've got everything as well as SCVs. Who could push us Terran without SCVs, right? Oh, man. Jeez Louise. This guy is all-in fanatic. He is not taking an expansion. What the heck is going on tonight? Why are we seeing so much all-in play? I mean, this is like all-in re, all-in re, all-in re. Unbelievable. It must be Christmas Eve. Everybody's like in a hurry. They're in a hurry to go kick it around the Christmas tree and tell Christmas stories, I'm guessing. But here comes your push. Tmduhen going to lose his spine crawler here, unfortunately. And the contain starting to go down here, but we've got a lot of Banelings and a lot of Zerglings building up. A couple Roaches as well. Going to be relatively effective. He's going to be grabbing his Spire. Here comes your attack. Looks like Miso is going to be cruising forward here. Oh! Roaches! Wait for your buddies. There they go. There go your buddies. The Roaches tanking the damage from the tanks, getting into position. Here come your Banelings. Oh, the Banelings are going to be able to get the damage done that they need. Pretty close, man. I'll tell you what. That was a nice little defense there from Miso, or from Tmduhen, and he is currently ahead in the supply count. But like I said, he's got that such a strong economy that some of that is just his drones there. These Blue Flame Hellions taking out a good bit of that economy so far. Looks like he's pulling these drones to go ahead and try and clean this up. But those Blue Flame Hellions in a nice little position there, but they are going to go down here momentarily. Looks like he will hold on. Units tab now showing he is at 34 drones to 27 SCVs, and it looks as though Miso is going to back out. Currently still on, guess what? 1 base. 1 base. The nice thing here for Tmduhen is he is going to have tree bases out on the field. And by tree, I mean 3. Not bad, but I assume from Miso, just judging from that last game, that he's not going to go for an expand here. My guess is no expansion. We're probably going to see him all in. His main, however, is about to be mined out. So, I mean, I guess it's an orbital. He can fly it anywhere he wants. So he can just take a new base. Stay on 1 base the entire time. Oh, crazy stuff, man. But here comes your first pack of mutas. Tmduhen going to be cruising in with them. What the heck? And look at this. He's pulling SCVs. Mineral line. Going to die. Looks like Miso's like, fine, you're right. I might as well take these guys with me. May as well, he says. May as well. Now, no mining going down for Miso right now. What the heck? Oh, I can't help it, guys. I can't help this. Oh, man. Okay, so this is all in. We've got a whole bunch of units moving out across the map. Miso taking everything he's got. Forced by Dtduhen. Dtduhen saying, let's go take out this mineral line. And Miso's like, fine, I'll just take him with me for my all-in. Why not? Why the heck not? So maybe this is the last go at it. Unbelievable. Here they come. Are we going to have enough defense here for Dtduhen? He's got a bunch of banelings in production. Where are they? Can't find them. Must be up here in the main somewhere. Oh, there they are. There they are. Here they go. Not too bad. Clearing them out. They're pretty good. Dtduhen going to be in pretty okay shape. He's going to engage this head on with his mutas, even though they are very, very costly. But that is GG for Miso. That means Dtduhen is the winner. He will be moving into the finals to take on another Protoss player. Well, I mean, this is a Terran player, but he's going to take on a Protoss player in the finals. It's going to be a best of 5, so stick around. We'll be seeing that here in just a little bit. See you guys then.